Okay, so I our team here was just kind of laughing at me, like, "Really, Kris?" Yes, I was trying to think what I would share today on three things at three, and I thought, I want to I've been doing a lot of tutorials, little how-to tutorials on gifts and stuff, which I have loved doing. We won't stop doing that, trust me. But today I just wanted to show you some demos. So I went down into the warehouse and I was like, what demos should I show today? And then there was one demo, and then there was another thing I could do. And then there was another one. I was like, well, I can't choose. And then I started noticing a common theme amongst several of them. And that was, bring this up on the screen, the color purple. I should have put out the song Purple Rain or something, right? But the color purple stood out to me today. And of course, because of Johnny and his suit, his infamous plaid suit, I found this guy out there with this purple suit, and I said, well, we may not be we may not be sporting the purple suit today, but I've got a lot of purple goodies for everyone today. So that's what I'm doing. That's my theme today is purple. And so I grabbed a whole bunch of stuff off the shelves and I thought I need to share with you um, all things purple. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So you're probably thinking, well, what are you going to be talking about? Well, I'm going to go through with each of you. I'm gonna go through some of these items and show you purple stuff and what you do with them. And I will let you know right now that if there is anything that you are interested in, they are under deal of the day today for 25% off. Okay. So 25% off of all these items I'm sharing with you today. Hopefully, if you have seen them before, then you will know, maybe find out new ways to use them. Okay. Because sometimes, like this little purple thing that I waved around earlier, like a magic wand, um, there's a lot of really cool uses for this. So that maybe you didn't know about, right? And maybe if there, I might show you something that you have never seen before and go, oh, I didn't know you could use it for that. So the idea is if you love purple, even if you don't love purple and you just love the feature of it, these are things you might want to have. And how cute would it be to actually put together a purple basket for someone as a gift, especially if you know somebody who loves the color purple? How cute and adorable would it be to bring all these purple things together? So, just an idea. So, what should we get started with first? Well, let's go with the fine point disappearing ink pen. Okay, this is a disappearing ink pen, and it's actually wonderful for marking on fabrics. Okay, let me pull it up here. And this will actually disappear on its own. Okay, so when you mark it, it is supposed to disappear within 48 to 72 hours. So if you're trying to get something off quick, this might not be the one for you, but you can use it. It's going to disappear on its own. A lot of people really like this. A lot of people are using this. I'm seeing even for the like clear blue tiles to mark that. The thing you want to make sure to do is you're not going to put an iron over top of it. Okay, so it says on here, do not iron over marks or launder before completely removing with plain water. So yes, you could use water for this as well if like you're in a hurry, but it will also disappear on its own. All right. Yeah, Judy says, can I use that for signing her checks? Probably not a really good idea. Right? But this is wonderful. It is a fine line. I love it. Okay. So there's the first little item. Next item to show you. Have you seen what do they call these? The Bitty Buddy from Gypsy Quilter. Anyone recognize something like this? The Bitty Buddy is a nice little portable item to throw in your bag. okay, especially if you're going to sew somewhere else. But it folds up like this. You take, woo, woo, there we go. And you have a little trash bucket for all your scraps. So very nice to have, like right by your sewing machine. And you do have the little elastic piece that comes out of it. You can hang it on something. It is a pop-up trash can. That's right, Candace, a pop-up trash can. Just wonderful little item to have, again, in your sewing room, or if you're going somewhere. Dump out your little garbage, and then when you're done, you just bring this back together, wrap the elastic around it, and you're good to go. Carol says she's using hers right now. I love that. Oh, Deborah says she has one in her vehicle she uses while traveling. Well, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Yeah, it's pretty hefty too. I like that. Shauna loves these bitty bags. Kenda, it doesn't come in teal. It only comes in purple. I'm sure there's other brands out there that have them in different colors, but this brand, they're all about the purple. So anyway, there is that. I think that's very convenient. I'm always looking for a little something to throw my scraps in, my garbage, my threads, all of that. Okay, next item is, let's see, should we talk about the purple thing? The purple thing? Okay. This little ditty is one of the coolest little things you'll ever have in your sewing room. Okay. First of all, it's very, very inexpensive. Okay. It's only just a few dollars. But a lot of people may not understand all of the uses of this. So I'm going to talk you through today all these different uses. And there's probably more that I haven't even thought of. Okay. Colleen says she loves her purple thing. Debbie does too. So, first of all, did you realize, those of you who have it, see this little square right here? That says on there 1/4 inch. Guess why that's convenient? So that you can accurately measure a 1/4 inch super quickly, right? So if you're trying to look at a seam allowance and see if, let me see if I can find that. Okay, I've got these little squares here, and I can bring this up and look, and I go, yep, my 1/4 inch is there. Now I know you probably can't see the thread very well, but there is a thread line right here, and I can look and measure my 1/4 inch. Did you know that? Did you know that there was a 1/4 inch marking on here? So that's one of the first things I love about the purple thing. Now, another thing that you could do with the purple thing is you can actually take like ribbon and place it through here. Okay. Tie a knot in it and have it hanging around your neck. That way you don't ever lose the purple thing when you're sewing. So, little word to the wise is, if you're always like, where did that purple thing go? Then just put a little ribbon or something in it, wrap it around your neck. You have a necklace. Okay, let's talk about some more things. Speaking of ribbon. So this little guy, there we go. Do you see that opening right there? That little opening is where you can put ribbon or elastic. Okay, elastic especially is really works well in here. And I made myself a little casing for our demo today. So let's pretend you have a casing in something. Debbie says, haha, I always lose my purple thing. See, now you won't. You learned a new tip, right? Is to place it around there. So what you do is you're just going to put your ribbon or elastic, whatever you're doing, and then you put it through that little loop and you just bring it in here. Okay. There we go. Ta-da! How easy was that? So it's like having a threader on here. Oh, Sherry, she says, I didn't know the purple thing did all that stuff. Okay, there's even more, my friends. So you can string things through that ribbon, elastic, whatever it might be. Okay, what else do I use the purple thing for? Oh, one of the obvious uses that people will use the purple thing for is for poking out corners. So I put together this just little piece of fabric here, and I sewed along the top so that we had a corner, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually press this down and pull it through, okay, so that I can have a nice corner in the on the little tip top. Then I'm going to take the stiletto corner. Now I have a nice sharp corner. So if you're doing oh, let's see. I'll use it if I'm doing like little dolls or things that I have to like pull out the seam to. I will use this, run it along the seam and pull it out. But look how nice that corner is there. Then I'll take it another step further and I will use this to finger press. So let me see if I can bring this down in front of me. Okay. And so you know how you finger press? I'll do the same thing with the square side of this. Okay. And you can finger press this way. Okay. And then finger press this way. All right. So there we go. There's another use for it. A lot of times people just think of this as using for the tip to poke out the corner, but they don't think about all the other uses for it. So there's that. What else do I use it for? I will use it for scratching. And yeah, back scratcher. Tell me if you've been there. Have you done that before? Okay, you can use it as the stiletto. So you see the curvature here so that when you're going through a sewing machine, instead of getting your finger too close to that needle, you can also use it as a stiletto. Now, you know I love the by Annie stiletto even more. But when I'm in a pinch or I just need it real quick, I love this because that is like having another finger without having the finger, right? So here we go. We're just going to push it through the stiletto. Now, here's another thing, but I got to show you. Let's see. Let me do this on the machine. Are we ready? All right. We're going to use it as a ruffling foot. All right, let's see if I can get us in here. I'm here on my own today, folks. So I don't have somebody else here with me to help. Okay, I think we should be good. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of fabric and I'm going to push it in with this 1/4 inch thing. So I hope you can see this, but let me do the best I can. I'm going to put my, whoops, I'm going to put this under here. Oh, I got to move it back to sewing. 1 second. I'm on the embroidery side of things. Sewing. Okay. All right. There we go. So my sewing machine, my foot is down. Again, I'm going to push this underneath as it sews. Whoops. Oh, I wish I had my foot pedal. All right. We'll just take this slow. Okay. So it goes over. I'm going to push it again. Whoops. You see how I'm just pushing it? And it's like it's ruffling this as I go. Can you see that? Push, and it just slides right underneath that presser foot. Okay. Let me cut it. Let's take a look. There you go. All right. There we go. So there's that idea. It's almost like little pleats that you are creating with this. Okay. Let's see. Did something happen to someone? Oh, I don't know. I'm here seeing an ow, and I'm sorry. So I'm not sure. I must have. Oh, Betty Joe just took a chunk out of her finger. Oh my goodness, Betty Joe. I'm so sorry. Yikes. Okay, Janet, great idea. Keep one by the iron to help open up seams. No more burnt fingers. I didn't even think about that, Janet, but you're absolutely right. So again, very, very nice. That purple thing. Did you learn something new about that purple thing that you didn't know before? They're awesome. Okay. So lots of different ways to use them. I think I covered all the ways that I know of. But if you have another idea, I saw where someone used it like to count fabrics. It didn't work that well for me when I did it. I was like, oh, okay. And then I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, that didn't help me that much. But it's all the other things that have helped me with that purple thing. So, all righty. Dee says that purple thing was one of the first notions she ever bought. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Okay. So that's my other purple item. What's next? How about wide backs? We have purple wide backs that are 3-yard cuts. Okay, these are from Kimberbell. So this is the one that is a linen texture of purple. And then we have the connected stars. If you want a wide back that is 3 yards by 108 inches, that will be a king size. So here's the purple connected stars. And we have just a few of those left, but you can get them for 25% off. So there's that. Gotta love a good wide back. Wide backs are wonderful, so you don't have to actually piece your backing together, which is really nice, right? Okay, next, have you seen the cutting gizmo? This is the chain piece thread cutting gizmo, also from Gypsy Quilter. And so I want to show you how that is done. So I whipped up this little sample of chain piecing. So you know that when you are sewing one block after another, most of us will do what's called chain piecing, right? And so then you have to go back and cut them afterwards. So the nice thing about this little cutting gizmo is, one, you've got the felt pad on the bottom, and you have right here, it is it is a cutter. Okay, so a metal blade that cuts. You also have a little screwdriver right there where you can undo this, and there are new blades inside of there. Okay, so let me show you how this works. So here's just my little example that I just quickly stitched out. But when I am finished, I'm just going to take this, ta-da, and cut. Boom. And boom. And if you can imagine, I only did 4 of them, but if you had a whole bunch of these, wow, this saves you time. Boom, 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 and you just cut them apart so easily and quickly. This isn't going to move. It has a little bit more of a weight to it. I've seen some other brands out there that don't have the weight like this one does. This does have weight. It's not going to move on you because of the felt pad, and you just cut, 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 cut. Once it starts to lose its sharpness and it becomes dull, which is going to actually take a long time, again, you're going to take the screwdriver, unscrew this, there's new blades in there, and replace it. Okay, so that is the cutting gizmo, also purple. Boom. Oh, dun dun. All right, next purple item. Let's see. How about the electric seam ripper? I can't show you this in person today because I forgot to grab the AA battery. Wow. So if I had had a AA battery, this is what it looks like. You can see this. And I even sewed a piece fabric together so I could show you, and then I forgot the battery. But so if you want to avoid having to rip out seams with a regular seam ripper, you just turn this baby on and you just cut away. This, for those of you who have been in Barb's classes, is one of her favorite notions out there. And I always laugh when I hear her ripping out a seam, because I go, oh, sounds like someone's getting a haircut. Right? But this is the cutting gizmo, or no, not the cutting gizmo, the electric seam ripper. Again, it is battery operated, and it actually works really well. It's not going to cut your fabric, which is really nice. Okay, so there we go. Electric seam ripper, purple. All right, what other purple items do we have? I know I just talked to you about the purple thing, which is fabulous. We also have drawstring threaders, very similar to the purple thing, except it is longer. So with this, you've got a couple loops instead of just the one. And it comes around in a curve. You're able, this is all one piece. So can you imagine how long this is? And you just go through it, go through your casing, or, you know, this is wonderful for those of you who have hoodies, you know, and the little, the drawstring comes out of it. Have you ever had that happen in the washing machine or something? This will be your best friend. In fact, Rachel had that happen the other day, and she was like, Mom, do you have that purple thing? But it wasn't that purple thing. It was this purple thing. And so I said, I don't have one here at home. I have it in my sewing stuff at work. Anyway, I took it home for her. You would have thought I was the hero that saved the day. I like being the hero that saves the day. According to my children, it's a wonderful place to be. So the drawstring threader is another thing that is purple. Okay, it goes without saying, boom, boom, the glitter applique sheets. Purple, we love that. For those of you who have never done glitter sheet applique, it is so much fun. It don't let it scare you. It's just like doing it a regular applique piece of fabric, but instead of the fabric, you're using glitter applique sheets. Okay. Now, something to remember is that you take off the plastic topping and then you press it with an iron. Okay. And you can use this on the embroidery machine or on your sewing machine. It's permanent, and you can even wash it even without stitching it down. So those of you who have like die cut machines or something, you could do this, make a really cute shirt, not have to stitch it down either, and you have something really fun. So yeah, machine washable, which is really nice. So the purple glitter applique, and of course the mylar sheets are the jewel tones. You get hot pink, lavender, red, blue, purple, green, and cranberry. But I had to, of course, grab this one because it had purple on the outside. And this is really fun also to take the place of you know, regular fabric. If you want a little bit more sheen behind something, especially those of you with embroidery machines and three-dimensional items, you can do with it. Really, really nice item to have. So pew, 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 here you go. All right. Couple more themes with our purple theme. This is called Spot on Dot. It's a magnifying lens. It was designed by a quilter. All right, so this is meant for you to put it on a spot on your ruler in order to magnify it. Now, it has a reusable adhesive ring to it, so it will prevent that from shifting. It stays in place until you remove it, and it stores in this nice little case. So if you are having trouble with eyesight or being able to see a number on your ruler, let's see if I can pull this over. Got a ruler here. Okay. And you were trying to see a certain spot. this spot on dot stays right there and you can see it a lot more clear. Okay, and then you just simply remove it, pull it off, and you can put it somewhere else. So especially if you are doing multiple cuts over and over again, you want to make sure and be on the right line. I mean, maybe it's not even a number, maybe it's just a certain line that you need to be looking at. The spot on dot magnifying lens is really nice. Again, it comes in this little carrying case, and you just place it back in there and pop that closed, and it's pretty nice. So, okay, very cool. So that is called spot on dot. 2 more things to show you today. This is So Tight's mixer. Have you guys seen these before? I think we may have shown this a long time ago, but these are magnetic sewing pins. All right, magnetic sewing pins. Let's talk about that for a minute. When would you need a magnetic sewing pin? Perfect if you're making bags, for example, and it's just too thick to get your pins in. English paper piecing. Those of you who love English paper piecing or wool applique will love these. These babies are strong and they are safe to use with your embroidery machine, with your sewing machine. You don't store them on your machine, but if you're using them for just a project, these are wonderful. They are strong, strong, strong. And let me show you. I've seen where some people have used them with embroidery too. Let's see. There's 3 of them that come in a set. It's hard to even. Ooh, there you go. Ooh, that is really strong. So very, very nice. You could also, I wonder if you could use this. Let's see if I have a little pin here. Let me check something out here. Okay, I wanted to see if that would work. Yes, you could use it as a pin holder too, or a needle minder, as a needle minder. It's not meant to be a needle minder, but look at that. My needle stays there. So if you're doing if you are binding a quilt, for example, you could take one of these and just place it right here. There we go. It's going to hold in place. And then so that my needle doesn't go anywhere, there we go. And I have it right there. Isn't that nice? So pretty cool. So that is what is called So Tight. Let me pull this out. There we go. Very, very strong. And 3 of them come in a package. I thought this was interesting. I didn't know this before. It says on the back, 5% of profits donated to teach teens life skills, including sewing, to help them live magnetically. That's cool. I did not know that. I like this. Snap on, slide apart. So very cool. Okay. So there you go. So Tights is what they're called. And it's like a new way to pin when you're sewing. All right. Let me put this one back. And then finally, I can't do a theme on purple without talking about hello. Hello? Is anyone home? Hello? I'm such a dork. It's the phone theme. It's called the Gypsy Gripper, the original Gypsy Gripper. This is the handle that travels from ruler to ruler. Love, love, love it. Here you go. We do not cut kits here at the shop or at the store without these. Every single person on our kit cutting team, everyone in our shops use these. Wonderful item to have. You bring up these little latches here. You plop that baby on a ruler. Pull that down. Place it down like that. It's got something underneath. And there you go. Now, what does this help you do? It keeps your fingers up from away from the rotary cutter. Best invention ever. So rather than your fingers being down here, way too close to that rotary cutter, your hand is up here far away from the rotary cutter. I'm sorry to share that with you right now, Betty Jo. Probably too soon, right? Poor Betty Jo just sliced her finger. These are just so nice to have. It helps you so you don't cut your fingers. What it also helps you do is give nice, even pressure when you are going to cut. So have you ever gone to cut and it accidentally slips? With this, you can place that pressure on there firmly. And let's say you want to move it. You can put it anywhere on the top of this ruler that you want. But just a wonderful, wonderful item to have. Yeah, Elisa, I made sure Allison got one of these after she had cut her finger. Yes. I was like, girl, you are not going home without one of these. You've got to have one of these. So definitely helps you get great cuts, and it keeps your fingers up. There's nothing worse than, cutting your finger, rotary cutting. I mean, there's a lot of things worse. You know what I'm saying. It is actually pretty traumatic. I've had it happen before. I was lucky enough that it just caught just not too much, but it was horrible, painful, excruciating. It's awful. So, and I've heard horror stories from other people. This keeps your items up above the ruler. Okay. So there we go. That is the purple original Gypsy gripper. And to release it, all you do is you lift up the snaps again, and here you go. And then you can have fun talking on the phone with your grandchildren. They'll have so much fun playing with this. All right. Debbie said, I wish they made them smaller. They actually do have, Debbie, they do have one that's a little bit smaller. So it's great for when working with templates. I haven't used that one as often, but they do have one. It's just a little bit smaller. And this one is this is my go-to. With any new quilter, especially, this is one of the first things I will purchase for them. If I've got a new quilter in my family or a friend, I will say, I don't want you cutting anymore until you have one of these. Truly. So, Betty Jo, it wasn't the rotary cutter. It was your needle. The shaft hit your finger when it was going full speed. Ooh, ouch. So sorry, Betty Jo. Anyway, so that is my plethora of purple today. And I hope you learned something new. Or maybe we're reminded of something. So here you go. There's my plethora of purple. And so you know what that means. We've done theme number 1 and we've done theme number 2. And now it's time for theme number 3.